According to reports from the BBC and other sources, representatives from 25 Western countries including Britain and France have issued a joint statement calling for an immediate end to the war in Gaza. The statement directly names Israel, criticizing Israel's method of distributing aid and condemning the killings that have occurred in the Gaza Strip. In the face of the joint pressure from Western countries, Israel has not only failed to reflect on its war actions but has also launched a counterattack. Israel's Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that it rejects the joint statement of the 25 countries and attempted to shift the blame to Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Israel further accused the relevant statement of failing to condemn Hamas and implied that the statement is an interference in the current negotiation process. It is obvious that Israel has not taken the statements from Britain, France, and other countries seriously at all. After all, Israel now has the United States backing it, allowing it to act with complete impunity, so much so that even the United States' words sometimes fall on deaf ears. It is said that this time, Israel's surprise attack on Syria caught Trump off guard. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated that Trump had expressed his dissatisfaction and demanded that Netanyahu immediately change his behavior. However, in reality, Israel clearly did not take the United States' words seriously either. Yet while Israel was engaged in verbal battles with Western nations, the Yemeni Houthi rebels, known as the Middle East Slipper Army, once again demonstrated their philosophy of taking action rather than just talking. According to Reuters, Houthi spokesperson Yahya Saree announced another special military operation against Israel. This time, the Houthis launched 5 drones, targeting Israel's Ben Gurion Airport and the Port of Eilat, among other sites, with Israeli military facilities also coming under attack. Yahya Saree claimed that the Houthi military operation was in response to Israeli bombings and attacks on ports, and that the operation had been successful. The Yemeni Houthis have long acted under the banner of supporting Palestine. Unlike the empty rhetoric of the United States and Western countries, the Houthis take real action when it matters. Over the past period, they have continuously launched long-range drones and missiles, carrying out multiple strikes against Israel. The Red Sea spans approximately 2,000 kilometers from north to south, yet the Houthis' missiles and drones have been able to cross such distances to hit Israeli ports, airports, and military targets. This is sufficient proof that the Slipper Army, the Houthis, has grown into a force of considerable strength. However, because Trump ordered a ceasefire agreement with the Houthi armed forces and U.S. troops took the initiative to withdraw from the Red Sea, Israel has been plunged into greater passivity. Now, while attacking others, Israel must always be on guard against attacks from the Yemeni Houthi armed forces. Compared with Iran, the Houthi armed forces seem to have become a more difficult thorn for Israel to deal with. One of the main reasons why Britain, France, and other countries have jointly called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza is probably that the ongoing turbulence in the Middle East has affected European interests. The Houthi armed forces have now begun attacking merchant ships in the Red Sea, which has disrupted navigation in the Red Sea waterway. Meanwhile, Israel's military operations have also exacerbated the pressure on trade routes, which is certainly a problem for Europe. Therefore, European countries have joined forces and, together with Canada, Australia, and others, are putting pressure on Israel. If Israel agrees to a ceasefire, the humanitarian crisis in the Gaza Strip will be significantly alleviated, and the lives and safety of 2 million Palestinians will be guaranteed. Since the main reason for the Houthi armed forces' attacks on Israel is their support for the Palestinians, if a ceasefire is achieved in Gaza, the Houthi armed forces will no longer have reason to continue attacking Israel. This would also be beneficial for Israel itself. However, Netanyahu has rejected a ceasefire. One view holds that Netanyahu needs to maintain Israel's wartime status because he himself is currently facing potential accountability. If Israel stops the war, contradictions will quickly shift to Israel's domestic sphere, and Netanyahu will bear the brunt of it. Therefore, to achieve his political goals, Israel needs to keep the war going, and this, of course, has also made Israel the target of widespread criticism.